In this lesson, we're going to discuss price and discount indexing. This enables advanced price and discount management scenarios, which are common in the subscription industry, such as price grandfathering and trials. Speaking of trials, let's jump into this scenario. So let's imagine we have a product where the sales team has created a price of $200 starting from 1st of January 2020. So we need to go to the released products and find our product in question, which is this one, the first one, and there we see the trade agreements which have been posted. This is all standard functionality. So just like I said, you have this item which for all customers has a price of $200 starting from the 1st January 2020. But let's imagine the scenario now that for a particular customer you would like to give a 3-month trial. So what you need to do in that case is browse to subscription management, setup, and then price indexing, and you must create a record similar to this one where you say that for this specific customer, which is customer 26, we have created a billing cycle based record for 3 billing cycles. The price refresh type is standard, and that means that after 3 billing cycles we will inherit the standard price as per the trade agreement. For the sake of clarity, I will show what other options there are in this form. So you can create indexes which are based on an item, on a subscription plan, on a program type, on a customer group, or for everything. Depending on what is selected here, the lookup in the second field displays the correct data. The block until type can be date based or billing cycle based. If it's date based, then the new prices will kick in after that date. And if it's billing cycle based, like I already said, the new prices will kick in after a number of billing cycles. So here in this case, in my previous record, I selected billing cycle based and chose 3 billing cycles. Then there's the price refresh type. The price refresh type determines whether we'll be using standard trade agreements of Dynamics 365 to get the new price, or whether we would use an index. In the case we use an index, the standard trade agreements are ignored in our subscription, and what will happen here is that the price is either increased or decreased by a specific index percent. So for example, if we say 5% until a specific date in the future, in this case after this date the price will go up by 5%, or if we do a negative, then we are saying that the price will go down by 5%. It's worth noting that the records will be considered in order of the priority. So the lowest the number in the priority field, the higher the priority. So in this case, if there is a conflict, priority record with priority 1 will go above record of priority 2. So let's keep the setup as it is, and we can close down this form. So now let's go to subscription management. This is the same customer we selected in the index. Can create a new plan, use this program type, and the rest of the fields don't matter for this lesson. What's very important is that we have use price indexing ticked for this subscription plan. If use price indexing is not ticked, then all price indexing setup will be ignored. Please note that in the parameters form of the licensed and subscription app you can enable it so that, like in this case, it was automatically set to true. So in the parameters form there is a default flag for the subsequent creation of subscription plans. So here we can click OK, create a new line, we choose this item that we saw the trade agreements for before, we put in 20 and the start date of 1st July. And as you can see, since the 1st of July is greater than the 1st of January, which was the date specified in the standard Dynamics 365 trade agreement, it now inherited a price of $200. But let's assume that we want to give our customer a free trial of 3 months, like specified on the price index. So we set a 0 price there and click OK. And as you can see here, the sales amounts are all set to 0. We can now proceed to publish this plan, and I will run the master process forward dated by 3 months. This is of course not something you should do in production, but I am just showing it here for the scope of this lesson, to make it easier for you to understand. So if I run the master process now, I ran it as at the 1st of October, as you can see, and as can be seen here, due to the price indexing setup which was picked up, the price is set to 0 on the first 3 billing cycles, so it's a free trial. And for the 4th billing cycle, the price set by our sales and marketing team in the trade agreement is now being picked up normally. It is worth also mentioning that if I let me just unpublish this. If I do a new item, like before, I forgot to mention that there's a tab here called price indexing, which is only shown when price indexing is enabled on the subscription plan, which tells me when the next sales price is going to kick in and what's the new sales price. And same applies for the discounts. Speaking of discounts, you can do similar setup for discount indexing, but the only difference is that the discount indexing does not support price indexing, of course, because this is a discount. So you can set up the level just like price indexing, select the value, select the block until type, which can be based on date on billing cycles, but in the case of discounts, the discount is always inherited from the standard trade agreement functionality in case of a standard subscription plan. In case of a retail or commerce subscription plan which is linked to a channel, then it will also consider, of course, the retail pricing, just as in standard retail sales orders. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and you've learned how price and discount indexing works in the license and subscription app for Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. Thank you.